Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Blowback. Blowback. Starring Randy Couture? Is that how you say that? Couture? As a thief who gets in over his head. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 8. Check it out. I will be at the Jersey Devil Fable Fest. It's a film festival. It actually starts today, but the market section that I'll be in is tomorrow, and there'll be the Weird New Jersey guys will be there. Bunch of guys connected to the Jersey Devil will be there. So if you're a Jersey Devil fan like I am, it's a must stop in Asbury Park at Paranormal Books. Go to my link to my book tour, and you can find the link there. Now, Blowback. So Randy is going to rob this bank, and this is his beautiful assistant who helps him get the crew, and they rob this bank, which has money and a briefcase, right? So they're going to take the money, but then they get this briefcase, and that's the main thing. I don't know what's in the briefcase. They don't say in the trailer. It's the MacGuffin, as they say in the screenwriting world. It's the MacGuffin. So he's got to get the MacGuffin, and they rob the bank, and they get it, but he gets double-crossed by his own crew. Dun, dun, dun. They shoot him and leave him for dead in the desert, but of course, he's not dead. He's merely horribly injured and somehow survives in the desert. So he goes to the guys that he robbed and says, I'll get your briefcase back, if you help me out. And because he wants revenge. And the guy's like, let me get this straight. You steal from me. They steal from you. Now you want to steal it back for me. And Randy's like, yeah. So why not? Why not? I mean, sure. I mean, they could always just kill him afterwards. This is the kind of criminal underworld that it is. So he has to go up against his own crew. And he does, and he kidnaps one of the guys and tortures him. Hooks up another guy to a car battery. So it's like crooks against crooks, basically. So this was directed by Tibor Takas. Wow, what a name. Tibor. I like that name, Tibor. Takax? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Written by Kevin Yaris and Robert Edward Thomas and Matthew Eason and Robert Gardenia. 4 writers on this thing? Okay. It's a lot of writers. Let's see if that's any of the cast. Is it any of the cast? No, it doesn't appear to be. Any of the executive producers. Holy cow, look at the executive producers. All right, let's count them. Randy's one of them, the lead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 executive producers, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new winner. Oh no, they don't hand them out like popcorn. And 3 regular producers, so to speak. So 3 producers, 18 executive producers, 2 associate producers, and, Saban Films. What are you going to do? So are these guys in the, let's see, the EP guys, are they in the credits? Other than Randy, no. Also, and Cam Gigandet. I don't know who that is. I sort of know Randy. I think I've heard that name before. 4 screenwriters, 18 EP credits. Wow. Is this going to be a good movie? Well, I kind of like it. I kind of like what the trailer's showing me, and I kind of like the premise because it's not cops versus robbers, it's robbers versus robbers. So it makes it more believable that way, that these guys will just like randomly kill each other. You kind of don't know what they're going to do. Like, cops have to follow rules. None of these guys don't have to follow rules. There's no rules in this. So this kind of puts it all up in the air, right? So Randy gets shot up by his own crew. So first act, he plans the robbery, right? He brings in these guys. We're going to steal this briefcase, and he thinks he can trust these guys. And this is why you don't get in crime. This is why you don't believe in. You don't do crime, ladies and gentlemen, because there is no honor amongst thieves, as they say. So they do this bank robbery, and with the reward of $500,000 each is the reward. They get the briefcase, but he gets betrayed. He gets betrayed by his own guys. All of them betray him. Like, there's not one loyal one amongst them. So they leave him in the desert for dead, but he survives miraculously. They don't check on him. They don't put a bullet in his head. That's sloppy work. That's unprofessional, criminals. Then he goes to the guy that they robbed for the briefcase and says, I'll get you the briefcase back. And he says, all right then. Why not? Because he could always kill him anyway. So then he goes after his own guys, one by one, torturing them, probably killing them. And finally at the end, I assume he gets the briefcase back. I assume. Does he then double cross the guy he worked for? I don't know. On digital and on demand, June 17th, and in select theaters. Not yet rated. I would say this movie's a rated R. I would say it's R. It's got a lot of violence in it. Got a lot of nasty violence. Here's the crew. Yeah, so I'm down with this. I think this will be a very watchable. If you like action, you like bank heist movies. I like gangster movies, so this is sort of gangster / bank robber movie if you're adding up all the subgenres here. Is it realistic that the guy's going to get shot up in the desert and then wake up the next morning and then drag himself back to civilization? Not really. But this is a movie, so that part of it you could. I mean, there are guys who have done that. I mean, Reverend, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie about the guy who got mauled by a bear, that was based on a true story, and that guy actually survived a bear attack, which is pretty rare. So it's possible. I mean, it's possible. You shoot up a guy, he's in such pain he passes out, but he doesn't bleed out because you missed all the vital organs, and then you have to leave for whatever reason, whatever contrived reasons. So I'm willing to overlook that for a movie like this because there'll be a lot of cool revenge stuff, lots of violence, right? First act, they set it up. Second act, he is the bank robbery and then the double cross. And then it's probably like the first act is all the robbery and then the double cross. Probably ending the first act with him left for dead in the desert. Second act, he wakes up, recovers somewhat, gets help somehow, and eventually concludes he has to go back to the guys he robbed, gets their blessing, although they probably say, we're going to kill you after this if you don't do exactly what we expect. And then most of the movie is him going after his old crew. And then the third act is the final shootout. The resolution could go a lot of different ways in a movie like this. So it could be that Randy comes up on top, beats everybody, runs away with the briefcase. It could be that he just breaks even, gives the briefcase back to the guy he robbed. I'm not sure what his character arc is because they're not hinting at, why he's doing this. Is it just for greed? Does he have a girlfriend? Does he have a sick child or something like that? That's what you want to put in a screenplay like this to make Randy's character more likable and that you're rooting for him. Beyond his own greed, I don't know what's at stake here. They didn't really hint at it. So that kind of just makes him a ruthless mercenary. But, you don't like to see a double cross. I mean, that's kind of a jerky thing to do. He seems like a friendly guy who planned a good robbery. So, I'm not sure his motivation. That would be the only thing I see lacking in this trailer. Might want to give us a little bit of his motivation, why he's doing this. If it's just for money, it's kind of not enough to really draw you in. But I'm sure there's something in there. It's just not really in the trailer. You might want to include that in a recut of this. But that being said, it looks good. It looks pretty good. I'd watch this movie. Yeah. I mean, it's got lots of action in it. How bad could it be? How bad could it be? I mean, it could end really bad. I mean, a bad ending for this movie would be that Randy is killed. that would be a bad ending. The most likely course is that he survives. Possible he doesn't get any reward, right? He just breaks even, and at the end, the mafia boss is like, I could have killed you, but you got my briefcase back, so see ya. And then that's it. It could be that he goes back to the mafia boss, then they try to kill him, and then he has to kill all those guys too. So, or he double crosses everybody. Or it could be revealed that this was all part of the plan, and he fakes his own death. And I don't know. Maybe. Could be a triple, quadruple double cross. You don't know. It doesn't seem that way. Doesn't seem like it. It seems more straightforward than that. So, yeah, I would see this. Randy Couture. Randy Couture. Very fancy name for an action star. So look for it soon in select theaters, as they say. Yeah, I'd watch it. And that's it for me, Tony D. Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. Check me out at the Jersey Devil Fable Fest Film Festival, and we'll see you in the next one.